Yo, is this thing on? Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy Rich, Southern Cali. The Outlaws are back. If you didn't know, well, now you know. This is the best show on the block. Guaranteed to be the best. Some else, some new, some original, something to get you to break outside the norm, restructure your mindset, reanalyze whatever's going on, basically, in life. So, it's been a while. It's been a while. Hopefully, everybody who I've seen previously throughout life and existence is doing well. That's what I gotta say up front. First of all, I hope the microphone's picking up and I hope everything is working properly because, well, I gave myself like a 365-day challenge, right? And so I got to make these videos. And that's just for me to say that I did it. Like, oh, look, I fucking did it. And I created a YouTube channel. Every day I posted a video doing random stuff. And I got into like video thingy, you know what I mean? And through this, you relate to people and they find you as you make videos doing retarded shit, I guess, right? Mm. So feel free to like, follow, subscribe, share, um, and comment, and I guess I'm gonna grow a YouTube channel for the next year for sure, for sure. And not just me. It's like I have these ideas that I've shared with people, and I haven't really gotten off the ground because I get so hesitant. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh my God. So, anyways, I'm just go ahead and break out the stories because I like to tell stories. So the whole video, whole ordeal is gonna be me telling you basically stories from my room where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm in my room, so that's I got a little tiny mess in my bed right there. But yeah. So here's a story. I'm a country boy from a country town in a small place. Um, basically, in America, in California, but it's a small country town, like a harvesting community. And if you guys comment, go ahead and guess. Yeah, let's make this interactive as soon as somebody does watch this shit because that way I don't stream. You're gonna sit there and kind of make up content for like a fucking hour and you're barely starting. How do you do that? You know what I mean? So this is me doing that while leaving a video so anybody can recap. I don't know how that shit works, right? But it's a 365-day challenge of making videos for YouTube. Um, so here's the story, right? So I'm a small country kid from a small country town in California. And I always had these dreams and ideas of doing extravagant things with my life. You know, the place where I'm from, it didn't have very many options. You know what I mean? Like, uh, I don't like to be pessimistic and negative, especially not at this point in life. Like, I don't like to say negative shit about people or events or memories. I don't like to bring it up. It's just not me. I really don't like yelling at people, arguing. I mean, I'm cool with the debate and I'm cool with getting ideas off our chest, seeing how we could communicate the likes and dislikes of a certain event or situation or just in general the relationship, right? And I don't know where I'm going that on a tangent. So anyways, I'm from a small town. I left. Nothing good or bad. Nothing really good or bad. I'm just saying that it's pretty cool to live out there for a lot of qualities, like you get to see the stars, a lot of them. There are rivers to swim in and fish in. There are geothermal hot spots you could go and swim in. They're really cool. If you don't like people, it's a great place to go. If you like boring, it's a great place to go. If you like quiet, it's a great place to go. If you're probably retiring, it's a great place to go. If you probably retiring, it's a great place to go. But if you're starting your life and you don't have any stories or adventures, or you don't have any like career, you don't have your finances in order, nothing. So let's say you're starting from scratch like a normal human being, and your parents and everything didn't come from whatnot. They just raised you. They did their best, and you were pretty good, right? They did a pretty good job. And now it's your turn to go into this world and start from scratch, nothing, you know what I mean? And see what you're gonna do and build and make out of the whole endeavor, right? So I had these dreams and ideas of moving out of there, but I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to go because I have nowhere to visit, and it's scary. You know what I mean? It's scary to leave and go to a new environment, a new place, a new location, to set a foundation and start from scratch. You know what I mean? You don't know anybody. You don't have any family. You don't have any resources. You don't have any contacts. You don't have any idea where anything is. You don't have any fucking idea what anything is, where anything is, who anybody is, what direction to walk to next. You don't know where to use a restroom. You don't know how to get food, where, you know what I mean, where to get something to drink. And this is survival mode, right? So now, I left my little town and I basically migrated up north to a Northern California city, a beautiful, wonderful. And this is the thing, I'm in a room, right? I'm in a room, and I'm telling you this story when I could be outside. But the thing is I'm gonna get the microphones and stuff. So hopefully I could actually start getting good at this as a hobby, and start making you like cool videos of the environment in the city, and maybe you can guess where I'm at, where that part is, if you've been there, what was it like for you, how was the experience. They go ahead and comment and grow the adventure with me. So I left, I came to the city, and to be honest with you, it was really weird how it all happened, right? So my grandma passed away. So this is a long story. I don't talk about it with people. And so I'm gonna talk about y'all. So I had this girlfriend, and she was a great girl, even to this day. You know what I mean? There was a lot of like great factors about her, besides just being like, I don't know, I get really lucky, and the girls that I date happen to be like really fucking hot, like physically attractive, but it doesn't always match. Like it doesn't always work. Like I'm single as fuck because it doesn't work. I don't know what it is about me. So I'm gonna go ahead and always put the blame on me, but not because oh they're the shit. I'm gonna put them on a tier. No, it's just like I'm just trying to figure myself out as I go. So it didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work. Maybe y'all are not the problem. Maybe I'm the problem, right? So I took a hiatus and I've been by myself for a long time. So I came out to the city, and okay. See, I'm dragging the story back and forth. I need to stay on like I need to write it down. So I was up yeah, I gotta hit up like 50 girls by the end of the year. It's a goal. So I can bone at least 10 of them. Hopefully 10 let me bone. Out of 50 I hit up. That's like 1 out of 5, right? Hopefully, or something like that. I mean, so it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a drought. I've been a drought. I'm not ashamed to say it. You know what I mean? It's been a long fucking time since This occasion I'm talking about here, which is I was up there with my girlfriend and she helped me out a lot and she was so amazing. She moved me in with her. I lived with her and she was my landlord. And so I was supposed to pay rent, but I started boning her. And so it was kind of one of those situations where I didn't really pay rent. So that was good. I had a good job. I got a lot of skills while I was there. I was there for like 3 years. And then it just didn't feel right, right? The spark between us didn't feel right. So what I did was is I hit her up and I was like, hey, let's spend some time. No, okay. And the next day, hey, you spend some time. No, okay. But we lived on the same property. I just lived in the back house, right? Third day, let's spend some time. No, okay. And then in between that, I had gotten laid off. They called me. They were like, hey, this is like COVID season. Like, hey, you know what? Something happened, yada yada yada, and there are no orders from now to whatever. So until we get orders, we're gonna lay you off. Just so you know. Okay. And so I was gonna go do the unemployment thing for a little bit while I kept looking for work, right? So I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? All right, well, I'm gonna go down and visit my mom or something. And I called her and I was like, hey, let's no, okay. I don't know what your problem is. Well, you know me, I'm just not in the mood. I'm just not in the mood. Yada yada. And it been like that for a little bit where I was like, okay. No spark, right? The spark. It's just like, okay. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna force you to hang out or whatever, bone. I just wanted to bone. I think the problem was is that I just wanted to bone. She was like, all we do is bone with you. That's all you want to fucking do. All you want to fucking do is bone. Like, not really. Initially, yeah, like I want to bone at some point. At some point, you know what I mean. I want to bone. Obviously, I want to try and like dunk, score. You know what I mean. You know how we met? Like, all right, so my homie slid her to me and said, this is a really great girl, family oriented, everything you've ever wanted, everything you've ever looked for, right there. I did all the work for you. She disses everybody, nobody can get at her or whatever. And then she a really good friend. I'm like, you got her pussy pictures? She was like, no, 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 no. She's not like that. This is like a real good girl. Like, she fucking older than you. You like older women, some sorts. You know what I mean? She's really good looking, and she cooks. And I don't know what the fuck else he was tossing me. He was like fucking hyping her up as the greatest thing on earth. So then we started talking, and it was really cool. Like, wow, really good person. That's what I'm saying. Never negative. I'm not gonna speak. I don't think I've had a negative. Like, I have had a couple negatives, but I'm not gonna talk about them. But and not that negative. It's just negative. Like, ugh, you know what I mean? Oh, fuck this shit. Some weird stories, right? Like, fuck, like some stinky pussy stories or something, right? Like, oh, what the fuck I get myself into? Like, oh, stinky pussy. Oh my god. And I was young. Like, what the fuck was up with that? But this was not that. They were like the most amazing pussy. It was wild how good looking she was. But I didn't get along with their kids. They were older, you know what I mean? A teen son, and then her daughter had just graduated high school, and her older son was like 25, right? Then she had grandkids, so I was like a grandpa for a while. And then it just wasn't working. Chemistry died, the spark guy kind of faded away or whatever, and I was just around. So I found myself just being around, or just kind of settling, or just kind of not exciting, not thrilling or whatever. But we were pretty good, right? So I was like, what am I gonna do? At this age, am I gonna settle and say from here on out, this is gonna be my life? More likely, I'm gonna excel in work, find more work. I was working on this project to get into this place, and it paid very well, and it was for the state, and it was for the electric company upstate, and they were gonna get me as a trainer or some shit, and doing videography and some other crap or whatever. It's been a while since I did videos, but I used to do cool videos. And so then one day after those days that I called and she was like, no, I was like, all right, fuck it then. I'm gonna go down and visit my kids and my mom or whatever. So I packed up my bags and I bought a train ticket, right? And I bought a train ticket and I hit her up and I go, hey, give me a ride to the train station. She was like, what? I was like, oh, but first, let's go eat some crab broil, right? You know where they cook the Cajun crabs in the bag? So we ate that. we went, and Jill was like romantic. She was like, "Oh my God, you're such a nice guy," and I was like, "Oh!" All of a sudden, and she was all like loving it. Where are you going? What the fuck? I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go visit my mom and shit, whatever." Why? Why don't you take your car? I was like, "Oh, I don't trip, whatever." I don't know what kind of plan I had, but I got on the train and I went all the way down to Palm Springs. I got picked up and I ended up at my mom's house, and that's when my grandma passed away around that same week. And then I never went back. And then this one, so I got there, and then my grandma had passed away that week. I was like, after I got there, and then I was like, what the fuck? And then she called me coming back. No, why? Well, your mom told me this, and that my mom never close. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I can't explain it. I'm just like that. Like, look, it didn't work. I'm not in love no more. The chemistry and shit, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and see what I could come up with. But I was already in the city, right? And I already had my life stable, and I had a place to live, and I had like a family, and she cooked. She was like the best cook ever, and she was pretty sexy with a big butt, nice chest, like really nice chest, face, right? She had so much positives that like when it came to her face, what I mean? She was cool. You know what I mean? She wasn't ugly. She was ugly, but she wasn't like, oh my God, but she was right there, middle ground. She wasn't ugly at all. She wasn't cute, but if you put makeup on her and did her hair like any other female or whatever, right? Then yeah, she was like above average cute. But figure wise, it was like, oh my God. And you took all the clothes off and stuff or whatever when you got in the gun. I was like, oh, right? So on top of that, and she would come over before work, boom, and she would bring me breakfast, and she would pack my lunch and write me little notes and shit. Sometimes the notes, sometimes, but breakfast, lunch, like that, boom, you know what I mean? And sometimes in the afternoon, boom, like dude, it would like really, but it wasn't just like that. It was like we really got along, grocery shopping, swap meets. We went to like yard sales, we went to the lakes, went just for cruises, errands, family outings, her sisters, her brothers, barbecues every weekend with their families. I mean, it was really cool, but the spark kind of just fell apart. So I was like, So from that point forward, after having something like that, it's like really hard. Like, wow, like that person really offered a lot of good times, right? A lot of amazing friendships. How do you do 3 years with somebody? Man, did I fuck up? Damn it, did I fuck up? Dude, I think I might have fucked up. Anyways, I left. I never went back. And then I was there with my mom for a little bit, and then abruptly I just decided this is not for me, the country town boring stuff that I was telling you about. So I got up and I left and I came to this city, and I started on my own, but I started as a homeless. I was homeless for 2 years. So everything I have, I worked for, I worked really hard for. Like, it ain't no bullshit. It's like one of them stories. The little things, all that stuff, or whatever. See, cheap food. That my trash can with all the fucking pizza. Um, Laundry detergents and stuff. Like, no, you know what I mean? Boots and stuff, and plates, and deodorant, and shoes. You don't really have much. I don't really have much. So I'm like, oh, I'm a minimalist because it's pretty cool. Because when you travel, it's better to travel light. And so you have all these like little cliches that you come up with, and it's really odd trying to get back in society because you've been away from society for so long, and they didn't even want you there. So society didn't want me there because I was a dirty, homeless, traveling gypsy, nomad. Um, like And then plus, I was only around for a couple of days at a time. Boom, 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 boom. I was traveling. I was having the time of my life. Oh, to be honest, I was having the time of my life. Look, I couldn't get a job. I couldn't anything really, really fast. I ended up losing my bag. I didn't know how I was going to. So confusing. I didn't have any clothes because I lost my bag. My phone ended up dying, so I couldn't charge it. And then I ended up losing it because it wasn't working anyways. I didn't know where to charge it. I didn't know where to go. I was on the streets, dead ass on the streets. And I was wandering everywhere, and I was just basically like tripping out, trying to look for food, trying to look for water, trying to just basically like survive. It was like survival, man. Have you ever seen those videos on the TV or the internet or whatever, or like on Netflix? And it was somebody, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna take you out to the Arctic, and we're gonna take you out to the wilderness. We're gonna take you out to like the swamp, and we're gonna drop you off, and you're gonna survive. And then whenever you quit, you're gonna call this phone, and then that one, the helicopter's gonna come and pick you up when you quit. We're gonna give you this little gigamabobber, and then the radio gonna GPS you to the chopper. They're gonna come pick you up when you quit." So I never used it. They, what I mean, I got dropped off in the city, and I never used the call. And it's like I'm like 2.5 years now. I still haven't dropped the fucking come pick me up call. I'm not homeless no more. I shower. Uh, right, dude, dude, it's not. It's so like it's a 20-minute video. I'm gonna make another one. So I'm gonna go from there. I'll catch y'all later.